Usually banks take around 3% to 5%. Let's say 5% on the US dollar, where US dollar is 80 rupees. Automatically, the 5% will be like 84 rupees. So 4 rupees on 1 lakh dollars is like 4 lakh rupees you're paying extra on the exchange rate.
If you are an NRI, you probably have several investments in India, such as a house, rental property, land, or other assets. If you are looking to liquidate your investments and repatriate the funds, then you must watch this video. We'll explain things very directly and clearly on how you can do NRI repatriation, how to save money on a transfer, the applicable taxes, the required documents, and more. Hi, I'm Subhash from ExTravelMoney.com. At ExTravelMoney, we have helped many NRIs repatriate their funds at the best exchange rates, helping them save lakhs of rupees. You can check out our customer reviews on Google and Trustpilot. And now I would like to invite Mr. Robin, who is the head of international remittances at ExTravelMoney.
Hi, first of all, a big welcome to all of you watching this video. I have 7 plus years of experience in assisting NRO and NRE account holders to transfer their money with the least loss in exchange rate and providing the required support in terms of applicable taxes and documents.
Robin, you talked about working 7 plus years in the remittance industry. So, can you tell me how do most NRIs do their transfer?
90% of NRIs they depend on their bank to initiate a transfer. The reasons are very simple. They have a long term relationship with the bank. They have a big trust on the bank products itself compared to any other service. Thinking of looking for a new option itself, it's very scary or a worrisome thing for the customers or any person, because the amount itself is a huge. Most of the NRIs, they repatriate the funds which they get from the sale of property, or maybe the year around savings from a long time they had. So this is the reason they depend on banks.
Okay, so what you're saying is the main reason why the NRIs do through their own bank, where they're probably holding an NRO or an NRE account, is just for the trust factor.
Exactly.
So, how much do these banks usually take as margin for their transfer?
Usually banks take around 3% to 5% as their commission on the exchange rate itself. Apart from this, there will be service charge, GST, any other taxes whichever applicable, that will be you know automatically coming on their transfer. So saying 3 to 5%, I'll give you an example. If you're a person who is planning to do a 1 lakh US dollar to USA, and the bank is keeping 3% or 5%, let's say 5% on the US dollar, where US dollar is 80 rupees, automatically the 5% will be like 84 rupees. So 4 rupees on 1 lakh dollars is like 4 lakh rupees you're paying extra on the exchange rate. While if you do with some other provider, it will be like less than 81 or 80.5, which will help you save at least 3.5 lakh minimum on the whole transaction.
5% charges on the exchange rate is crazy. I mean, what other options do NRIs have apart from their own bank?
There are multiple options like exchange houses and online forex platforms like ExTravelMoney. We have actually tied up with RBI authorized money changes as well as prominent banks. So there you can compare. Apart from that, you can do from other banks where you hold an account, or whether you don't hold an account, you can approach them, seeing that you have a transaction to be done. You have a leverage there. You can negotiate on the rate, and then you can open an account. Definitely, the bank executives will help you with that and give you the best rate.
Okay, so you told that an NRI will have a leverage when they're opening a new account with another bank. How does that work?
The bank officials will be very delighted to open new NRI account. These people are always ready to get new account holders. And when you say that you have a transaction to be done and you start negotiating, see, if I get a better rate, then only I'll open an account. Then they will oblige to you and they will offer you the best possible rate at the time of your transfer.
I see. So that way, an NRI can open a new NRI account in another bank and get the transfer done at the best exchange rates.
Exactly.
Robin, you talked about multiple options to transfer money from an NRI account. Now imagine that I'm an NRI, I went abroad, but I am still maintaining a savings bank account and there is some money in it. So how will I transfer these funds out of India?
First of all, an NRI is not supposed to hold a savings account in India. It is a complete FEMA violation. So if you have an existing savings account in India, convert it into a NRO account, or even you can open a new NRO account and move the funds to that NRO account and repatriate to the abroad account.
Another doubt our viewers have, that is, how much money can we send abroad from India under NRI repatriation?
Okay, as you know, there are two types of accounts for NRI. One is NRO and second is NRE. The NRO account is meant for pooling all your funds or whatever revenue or any income that has been generated in India can be put in NRO account. But NRE account is for when you send funds from abroad to India, you move to NRE account. So if you're asking about the limit, there is no limit as such if you're repatriating funds from NRE account to abroad. But in the case of NRO account, there is a limit of 1 million US dollar per financial year.
So, another doubt most NRIs have is whether they can transfer funds only from their NRI account to their own account abroad, or can they do the transfer from their NRI account to a relative's or friend's account abroad?
Yes, legally it is possible to transfer from your NRI account to your friends or relatives account. But you need to check the policy of your bank. Some banks may not permit transferring to a friend's account. And also, it will depend on the type of account. Some banks don't allow for NRO account, some might not allow for NRA account. So check with your bank.
How much tax is applicable on NRI repatriation?
I would like to clarify that TCS, that is tax collected at source, is not applicable on NRIs. TCS comes under LRS, which is applicable for resident Indians. So, in short, there is only one tax applicable for NRIs, that is GST on the amount being repatriated, which is very minimal and depends on the GST slabs.
What are the assets which can be repatriated out of India?
It can be sale proceeds of your properties like houses, your agricultural land, etc. Your PF gratuity, also the amount that you have received from your insurance policies, your securities or investments on share market. All these you can, repatriate from India.
And you mentioned about sale proceeds of property such as agricultural land. So, does agricultural land have any specific set of rules regarding that?
First, I'll tell the cases where repatriation is permitted. If the property was owned before you became an NRI, or if it was inherited from your ancestors, the repatriation is permitted. But the cases where repatriation is not permitted is if that agricultural land was against FEMA law or it was acquired by gift, then the repatriation is not allowed.
What are the usual documents required for NRI repatriation?
The usual documents are passport, visa, OCA card if you're an overseas citizen of India, PAN card in some cases, 15 CACB or proof of source of fund will be required in some cases of NRO account transfer.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask the question which most people are eagerly waiting for. That is 15 CACB actually required? Can we avoid this document?
Basically, 15 CACB is a document nothing but to understand whether you have paid taxes on the amount being repatriated from an NRO account. This is used by the banks to understand. As per rules of RBI, it is not specifically mentioned that 15 CB is a mandatory document. It is the bank needs to verify, understand whether you have paid the taxes for the funds. Sometimes your bank may not ask for 15 CCV certificate if you can prove that you have paid taxes based on your document available with you. I'll give an example. In the case of property sale, the sale deed will mention the amount that you have received from the on selling the property and also the taxes you have paid against that. In that case, some bank will say they don't need a 15 CCP certificate.
Robin, thank you so much for answering our questions.
It's my pleasure, Subhash. I am sure many viewers will have more queries and they can reach out to my team and we'll be able to give them a free consultation.
And if you have any more doubts, you can ask them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you have relatives or friends abroad, then please do share this video with them. They will find it really helpful. Thank you once again for watching this video, and we hope to see you on the next one with more informative Forex news.